Hi there, welcome, thanks for tuning in. My name is Mark, and the intent of this video is to shed some lights into construction costs, residential construction costs throughout the Chicago region. I've been in the business for about 18 years now, and I think I'm qualified to talk about the costs from remodeling bathroom, adding additions, total gut rehab, or perhaps build you a brand new home. Once you set your mind on a project, regardless of the size, call your friends, ask colleagues in the work, how they do and how they did in the past. Call a contractor or two, because this pre-planning stage will save you tons of headache, or sometimes even a marriage. So when it comes to the bathrooms, you're talking typical small bathroom, 5 by 8. Talking about bathrooms in your home, small home, or condominium, they are roughly 5 feet wide, 8 feet deep, maybe about 8 feet in height. Those can run you about $9,000 to $12,000, assuming that you hire a small crew contractor with 2 to 3 guys. They spend roughly 40 hours a week. I think you can be done in 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4, depends how difficult your project is. But the most important part is in this sort of a marriage is that you provide contractor with tiles, fixtures, and a general idea what you want. Because if you don't, contractor will simply disappear, will start another project elsewhere and put you at the end of this line. Next on the list are kitchens. Kitchen is a place where family plays, entertain, and yells. So I say most important social place in the house. When it comes to the price of a small kitchen, 10 by 10, can easily run you $30,000. For a kitchen of size of, what's behind me, well, consider this. Appliances, $30,000. Cabinets, I think they were about $35,000. Work around it, well, could be anywhere from $15,000 to $25,000 easy. That's considered new plumbing, new electricity based on new appliance layout and everything. So remodeling a kitchen comes at a significant cost. When it comes to additions, there are 2 types. The ones that go up, the ones that go to the side. The additions that go up, your approximate cost of construction will run you $120 to $130. It's generally cheaper because you have existing utilities in the places and you're working with existing layout of your existing home. So in theory, much easier. When you're building additions to the side, I think it's way more complicated. You're dealing with excavation, perhaps moving utilities, building concrete walls. You perhaps have to move a tree or driveway. So when you factor all these costs in, I think additions to the sides can run you about $160 a square foot and more. Also, a lot of depends, if your addition includes kitchen on the first floor. Well, now you're talking close to $200. General cost for total renovation runs on the low end about $130, $135 a square foot. That gets you to remove everything from the home and start from scratch. First month or so, you probably get the most change orders because as demolition goes on, contractors usually discover crumbled brick, moisture issue, boat floors, plumbing stacks might be messed up. The list goes on. Basement is generally not included in this number because most of the homes in Chicago area, they have basements around 6.5 foot tall. Well, most of the codes around Chicago area requires at least 90 inches. So in order to excavate down and gain the additional room, you need to consider spending another $35,000 to $75,000. There are 2 ways how you can tackle budgeting, and I think it's smart to say to divide it into the 2 main areas. One, I call it wide enclosure, which is everything from mechanicals, exterior materials, you name it, all the way up to the white prime drywall. Second part is decor. Decor can be anything from finish painting, flooring, tiling, appliances, kitchens, and etc. Well, it's easy to add things on the decor side later, but it's really expensive to change something on the white enclosure part. So really pay attention on the dollar amounts and the layouts and mechanicals right before you close it behind the drywall. On the other hand, decor side, yes, it costs a lot of money too, but it's easier to paint room with a different color, add crown molding, or change your appliances. So I would always recommend put more money into the guts, and perhaps if your budget don't allow it at the same time, use it or change things, later on in your life. So prices, right? So there are homes in the city and there are homes, in the suburbs. And generally it comes to the same price because in a city, yes, it's harder to build because you have a constraint of the sizes, alleys, you have to protect sidewalks, and other things. But the building is generally the same. It's a box, on the lots of 20 to 25 feet in the width, 100 to 125 feet in the depth. So not that complicated. However, in the suburbs, you have more elaborate designs. So the basic cost of white enclosure can run you anywhere from $120 to $130. If you consider energy efficiency, you have to bump the budget to about $150, $155. Of course, that gives you better windows, better mechanicals, better insulation, and this goes on. But those are the ranges, for either homes in city or suburbs. The decor side, I think it would be safe to say $55, $60 would be for the decor, and of course the sky's the limit. At the end, I hope I shed some light, into the construction cost in our region, and always remember, happy wife, happy life. Thank you for watching.